I'm Janae Claiborne, and this is Sweet Potato Soul. Eating plenty of protein as a vegan can be easy. I do it. I've been vegan since 2011. I am active, I am an amateur athlete, and I do not use protein powders. All the protein I get is simply from my wholesome, plant-based food. In this video, I'm gonna share with you 5 easy, simple, nutrient-dense, and of course, delicious plant-based swaps to help you up your protein and meet your goals. Oh, you do have my cookbook in stock? Great, thanks, bye. Have you ordered my cookbook, Vegan Vibes, yet? You're gonna love this book. It's got 100 delicious vegan recipes that are inspired by the South, by my travels all around the world, and just like good food. You know what I'm saying? Order today. Just for context, I eat around 80 grams of protein every day. I've done plenty of what I eat in a day videos here on YouTube, sharing what I actually eat to eat this much protein. And as you'll see in those videos, I'm eating a very balanced, very minimally processed plant-based diet every day. I start my day with a nice, hearty, nutrient-dense breakfast, usually oatmeal or steel-cut oats, and then I have whatever throughout the day. Check out those videos if you want to see exactly what I eat. But just for context, I get 80 grams of protein a day on average. Now, how much protein you need depends on a lot of things. Your activity levels, where you are in your life, whether or not you're pregnant, whether or not you're trying to gain or lose weight, and just how your body processes and absorbs nutrients also comes into play. So how do you know how much protein you need to get? There's a simple calculation that you can do, and it has women getting around 55 grams of protein per day. That's the recommended. But as you see, as a vegan, even I eat more than that. So a better way to know how much protein you need to get is really by paying attention to how you feel. Are you hungry a lot? Do you feel like you're not fully energized and nourished? If so, eat more food, but not just any food. Eat more nutrient-dense, minimally processed foods. If you're vegan and plant-based, focus on whole grains, beans and lentils, fresh fruit, of course vegetables, nuts and seeds, and eat less of the highly processed stuff. Why is that? Because whole foods are usually more nutrient-dense than processed foods, especially these highly processed, what I call ultra-processed foods that you find in a package at the grocery store. Okay, so let's jump into it. For the first swap, this is an easy one, very easy. We are gonna take our white rice and we are gonna replace it with brown rice. I know, revolutionary. Brown rice is more nutrient dense. The hull and the bran has not been stripped from the rice, so it's richer in fiber, but also protein. 1 cup of cooked rice has 4 grams of protein, which sounds pretty decent, but brown rice has 6 grams of protein. Now I know you might love your white rice because it's easier to cook, it's fluffier, and you're just used to it. But as someone who used to also love my white rice, now I love brown rice even more. Not only does brown rice have more protein, but it's also a richer source of fiber, which is the nutrient that most of us need to be worrying about getting enough of. And brown rice isn't the only whole grain that you can be enjoying. Rice also comes in different colors that are very wholesome, like red rice and brown rice and also wild rice. And beyond that, you can try different whole grains like quinoa and one of my personal favorites, farro. For our next swap, we are gonna take this old-fashioned all-purpose flour and we're gonna replace it with whole spelt flour. Have you guys heard of spelt? If you follow my channel, if you make my recipes, you probably already know why I love spelt. Spelt is an ancient cousin of wheat. It has not been as altered with as wheat, like all-purpose flour, the type of wheat that we use for it. It's got more nutrients and minerals, and it's also higher in fiber, but also protein. Half a cup of spelt flour has 10 grams of protein, while half a cup of white flour only has 6. And not only that, like I said before, whole spelt flour is a richer source of fiber, which is very important. And it also has more vitamins and minerals than processed all-purpose flour. Now, I love all-purpose flour for certain things. You see, I have some. I mostly use this to feed my sourdough starter and to bake my sourdough bread, but sometimes I just use spelt for it. And spelt is wonderful for baking, just like all-purpose flour. I use this whole spelt flour to make my favorite, the best spelt pancakes, as well as my favorite blueberry muffins and so many other absolutely delicious vegan recipes. And it's nice to know that I am actually baking with something that is better for me than all-purpose flour. By the way, spelt also has a nuttier flavor. Just like now I think that brown rice is more delicious than white rice, I now think that whole spelt flour is far more delicious than all-purpose flour. It just has more flavor, and the flavor has basically been stripped out in the processing. This is a jar of almonds. Almonds are crunchy, they are rich in protein, they're delicious, and they're pretty versatile. You can add them to salads, you can snack on them by the handful, you can toast them, you can roast them, you can add them to recipes. Almonds are amazing. And my swap here is to replace your crunchy snacks like chips and pretzels with nuts like almonds. You do not need to use almonds. You can do walnuts, cashews, pecans, anything you want. And if you are allergic to nuts, then seeds are an amazing option for you as well. All of these things are super rich in protein, but not just that. We know that protein isn't the only nutrient we need to worry about. Nuts and seeds are also rich in fiber, and not just that, also healthy fats and plenty of vitamins like vitamin E and minerals like zinc and iron. So eat plenty of nuts. All of your crunchy, salty snacking can easily be replaced with nuts. And for the numbers, I calculated that those standard twist pretzels that I do also love, I just don't have any in the house right now, those have about 2 grams of protein for half a cup. They're wonderful, we love them. However, half a cup of almonds has a whopping 15 grams of protein. And by the way, there's a great way to combine your love of pretzels with almonds. You can eat the pretzels and just dip them in almond butter. It's so yummy and decadent, and you still get all the benefits of eating almonds. Some people don't eat breakfast, like literally nothing for breakfast. But guess what? Skipping breakfast does not make you necessarily healthy. Yes, it's a personal choice. Some people aren't hungry, but why not start your day with a nutrient-dense breakfast that is rich in protein, fiber, and plenty of other nutrients like iron by eating a big old bowl of oatmeal. Now this is steel-cut oats. I love steel-cut oats probably the most because they are chewy. They do take a long time to cook on the stove top, up to 1 hour, but I make mine in the Instant Pot and it takes just 10 minutes in the morning. And my oatmeal, I like to top it with almond butter and hemp seeds along with fresh fruit. Those first two things, the almond butter and the hemp seeds, are also very rich in protein. So if you're one of these people who does not eat breakfast and you want to eat more protein, easily add it to your diet, then why not just eat a nutrient-dense, protein-rich breakfast like oatmeal? And for our last swap, we are replacing our beloved Oatly. I love Oatly. We're gonna replace that with soy milk. Now, wait, time out. I still do love and drink my Oatly, but I only put it in my coffee in the morning, which is like half a cup. But Oatly is filled with stabilizers and added fat, added oils, so it's not the healthiest plant-based vegan milk. However, this soy milk that I buy at Trader Joe's, it's like $2 or $3, is made with just water and organic soybeans, and it also has a lot more protein than Oatly ever did. 1 cup of Oatly has just 3 grams of protein, while 1 cup of soy milk, 9 grams of protein. That's an easy swap. So if you've been using vegan milk for your oatmeal, for your smoothies, for your cooking, and for your baking, check to see how much protein is in there. So if you've been buying and using vegan milks that come in the refrigerated section that are made from oats or even sometimes almonds, check to see how much protein is in there. You might be surprised that it's not as much as you would have expected. And consider using soy milk. Just when you buy soy milk, make sure that it is organic and it's only made with 2 ingredients, soybeans and water. Usually the simple ingredient soy milk is shelf stable, like this one that I buy at Trader Joe's. So these are my simple high protein swaps. I hope they inspired you, gave you some tips and ideas for ways that you can easily add more protein to your meals without having to break the bank or reinvent the wheel. It doesn't have to be that hard. And like I said before, please check out my What I Eat in a Day videos sharing how I get plenty of protein as a vegan. I've been vegan since 2011. I feel great, I feel strong, I look strong, I got big muscles, and you can do it too. I think you can do it too. So check out those videos. Also, I'm gonna link to my fiber video and fiber blog post if you wanna learn more about the importance of eating a high fiber diet. If you've got any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.